What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Dynasty, brought to you by the League FFB. But today we're not really going to be talking Dynasty. I'll be honest. War is unable to make it to this episode today, so I'm going to be taking it solo. Hopefully, you guys are here for the ride along. But what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be entering Underdog Fantasy's Best Ball Mania 4. And that is a $3 million best ball contest. So that's what we're going to be doing live on stream today. We're going to be drafting that team. I'm going to do one practice one with you guys first. We'll do that one, and then we'll go right into the Best Ball Mania 4. But it's going to be a little bit more of a relaxed stream today. Today we're going to kind of just be chilling, kicking it, and drafting some best ball teams. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and we'll just get things started, really. I do want to mention here right along early in the video that we are doing a giveaway in our Discord. So if you guys are fans of the channel, if you guys, are tapped in on that Discord, I think it probably looks better the other way, right? It probably looks better this way. Yeah. So if you guys are fans of the channel, go ahead and join that Discord. It's free to join. We're giving away a free signed NFL jersey mystery box. So we don't know what jersey's in there, but there's some cool names on there. There's Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Justin Jefferson. There's even some legends like Ray Lewis and stuff. So the possibilities are endless. It's free to join. Just go join that Discord. Once you're in there, I will assign you a role, and you'll be able to enter the giveaway tab. And all you do is click participate. So that's all you got to do. If you haven't joined it, what are you doing? Because it's a free NFL jersey. So do that. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video if you guys are down for it. But what we're going to do is we're going to warm up with one of these little $3 drafts. We're just going to hop in here. And I do these all the time, guys. So we're going to do just a quick little 12. Let's make sure this is the, that's the 8-hour clock. We don't want to do that one today. This is the, we're going to do the normal one that's like a 30-second clock. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to enter this, and we'll get right into it. So let's see what we have. Once it's filled, it'll give you your draft slot. So if you guys have never done this before, you don't know where you're drafting from until the draft starts. So I typically like to get towards the back end of the first round. I feel like there's a lot of value down there. I like to pick early in the second and so on. So we'll see where I land. I think for the sake of this one, I really want to try and have my Best Ball Mania team. Now, you can do as many of them as you want. This one, I'm going to try and have this one be a hero RB build, and we'll go really hard after the wide receivers and try and get us an elite quarterback as well. But I'm going to just do one top running back, and then I'm kind of going to punt the position afterwards, and then I'm going to just shotgun approach for the last couple guys on the roster, probably 4 or 5 low-end RBs that I can kind of shotgun approach for the RB2. But we'll try and wrap somebody up onto the roster here in around like the 3rd round. Probably we'll try and get like we'll try and get a Derrick Henry or something like that we can try and get some cheaper elite upside, and then we'll punt the position. But 1st and 2nd round, I do like to go usually double wide receiver, or if I can get Travis Kelce and a wide receiver, that's what I'd like to do too. So we'll see how that goes. Who's tapping in with us today, man? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys think we should do in this draft. Have you guys played a lot of best ball? I know we don't talk about it a ton on the channel, but I do this, I do these all year round. So, I'd be interested to hear if you guys are playing best ball or if you're not, but we're going to be doing that today. And you see, we're still waiting on one more person. So like I said, it's going to be a chill little live stream today. So don't worry too much about it. And I'm not going to worry too much about it. We're just here to kick it, and we're here to draft. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. But we'll get back to it after this guy joins. And I do want to talk about news just really quickly today too. There's rumors that just since our last one, we always talk about news on our channel when it comes to Dynasty Fantasy Football, NFL, yada yada. There's rumors that Jimmy Garoppolo didn't pass his physical, and that it was written in his contract that they can cut him with no loss. So for you Las Vegas Raiders fans, for people who have Jimmy Garoppolo on their fantasy football teams, dynasty fantasy football teams, it throws a little wrench into the plans. I don't think it's something that I would necessarily be super worried about going into the season. I think he's probably going to pass a physical, but there is a chance that if he doesn't pass it, he's might not be able to play for the Raiders this year, or they can get out from under him without any penalties. So that happened, and there's also rumors that if a vote passes by the NFL, I'll pull it up right now because while we're talking about the Raiders, Tom Brady did take that ownership role, but there's rumors that if they pass a vote, he'll be able to own the team and play at the same time. So maybe Tom Brady wants to play for the Raiders if Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't work out. I don't know. I feel like that would be ridiculous, to be honest, if he does end up playing for the Raiders. It wasn't on my bingo card, I'll say that. And so it looks like we are going to have the 10th pick in the draft. You see there's 12 teams. So we're going to have the 10th pick, which is going to set us up great for this one because early on, we're probably going to be able to go. I'm going to try and go Travis Kelce. I'm going to try and go the Kelce Mahomes stack. That's what we're going to try and do with this team right here. So hopefully it'll allow us to do it. We're going to try and Kelce, Mahomes, and then we'll grab an RB. Oh, I don't know. Kelce, Mahomes. We might be going 0 RB in this one. So just depending on if we can get Kelce or Mahomes. If not, we'll audible and we'll try and go wide receiver here, and then we'll try and do our other tactics. So a couple of different things that are going to be going on, and we'll see how it goes. So hopefully you guys are here. You're down for the ride. Hopefully everything's all good with you guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys did for your Memorial Day. I didn't do much, man. I just watched some basketball this weekend, Game 7 for Celtics Miami, and just really hung out at the house, man. Took some break, took time off, and just chilled. So hopefully you guys had some fun too. You see Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase come off the board, Christian McCaffrey off the board. So we'll see how this goes. I think I've played with Benny B before, so it's going to be interesting. Tyreek, Cooper, Stephon. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get Kelce. Also, it's worth noting that this is a 1 QB league. They're all 1 QB draft, so it's not super flex. We're not going to get Kelce, so we're going to have to go somewhere else. They're all 1 QB drafts, and they're half-point PPR. So that's worth noting. It changes the way you draft just a tiny bit. Not crazy, but just a tiny bit. I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to try and get A.J. Brown if he doesn't go right here. If he does go, though, I think we'll end up going running back if he does go. Bijan goes, so we're gonna go AJ Brown, and that means what I'm gonna want to try and do is I'm gonna want to try and stack AJ with Jalen Hurts as we get a little bit lower. So you see, Jalen Hurts, he's coming off his QB2, ADP of 21.6. So we're probably gonna have to look at drafting him. If we really do want a chance at it, it's gonna have to be right here. So because he's not gonna come back around. Yeah, I mean, there's no way he comes back around at 34. And maybe we won't do that. Maybe we'll try and stack our second receiver or something like that. So that's what we'll do instead. Garrett Wilson comes off the board right after Austin Eckler and then CeeDee Lamb. So let's see what happens. Right now I'm looking I really wouldn't mind getting Jonathan Taylor and doing that hero RB build. As long as he doesn't take JT. If he does, I'll probably go. He didn't take JT, so we're on the board. We're going to go Jonathan Taylor. And this is how we are going to start off our draft. Jonathan Taylor and A.J. Brown. So we have our running back. When I say hero RB, if you guys do not know what hero RB is, it's really you take one of the best running backs you can possibly get. In our instance, it's going to be Jonathan Taylor. he has the potential to finish as the RB1 this year. He's a year and a half removed from doing that already. So you take somebody like that, and then you forget about the position until the late rounds, and then you take a bunch of guys that could get carries or find their way into significant roles into the backfields, or could get an injury or two and then find their way as starters. So you might be able to go get a guy like Tank Bigsby, Alexander Madison, some of these top handcuffs that really could do it. And Country for Life, you say, hey, can fantasy be free? You can play fantasy for free. I don't know if Underdog does any free best ball drafts, but if you do best ball, you can play for free on Sleeper. You can join any leagues for free. All my leagues are money leagues, but it is an option to play fantasy football for free. So let's see. As we come back around, our pick is going to be, let's see, where are we at? 34. So we're going to be at 310. So we're going to be looking kind of in this tier of guys. If we could land I'd like to land a second wide receiver. Possibly a DK Metcalf would be nice here, or an Amari Cooper. If I could do that, I'd be more than happy with that. If not, I'm not opposed to getting a Derrick Henry. Might not be opposed to getting a guy like Mark Andrews. Maybe you look at your quarterbacks and you go like a Lamar Jackson. I think his value is a little high right now. You said, can it be by yourself? Because I don't have any friends. Look, man, you can always join leagues. There's tons and tons and tons of people out here that are looking for leagues just like you. Sleeper, it's called the Sleeper app. It's on iOS. It's on Android. If you go in there, they have community tabs. You can go in there. You can just say, hey, I'm looking to join a league, and there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that are looking for leagues. So you can join people. You might not know them right away, but maybe you do make some friends. A lot of my good friends that I know, I've met through fantasy football. So I suggest going and finding one of those leagues, just hopping in there and chatting and finding some people to play some fantasy football with, man. So you can always go find people to play with. So Derrick Henry, Devontae Smith, Josh Allen, they all come off the board. Ramondre Stevenson, Breece Hall, Jalen Hurts. We're getting closer to our pick here. I really do want to go Amari Cooper if he lands. That would be ideal for me. If not, I might just try and double tap the Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews stack if I can. Henry had an okay year. I mean, we can go in and we can look at him. I think if you click on it, let's see, it won't show me the player tab. He had an okay year. He's just, he's getting a little bit older. But other than that, I think he's still fine. He probably still has a year or two where he can have some elite production, but he is getting towards the end of that age cliff and that end of that career life for him. And my running back in this build right now is Jonathan Taylor. We have 2 picks in right now. We have AJ Brown and Jonathan Taylor. So that is what we're going to be doing. We're on the clock right here, and you see Amari Cooper went, Mark Andrews, Lamar Jackson. So that throws a little wrench in where we're at right now. And it leaves me with wanting to just draft next best available wide receiver. So I guess I'm going to go Calvin Ridley. And that's probably how we're going to do that one. Keep in mind with these best balls, you do want to keep track of your bye weeks, because you don't get to make trades. You don't get to make waivers. You don't get to do any of that type of stuff in a best ball league. So the way that it sits is the way that it's going to be. So you want to make sure that with limited space, you don't have any random bye weeks that are all lining up next to each other, because then you won't have guys to play that week. So that's just the way it is. And yeah, D-Hop, he could be good this year. It just depends on where he goes. I think last I heard, there's rumors that the Bills and the Chiefs are going to make a run for him. But right now, there's enough uncertainty that I don't think I'd use my 3rd round pick on him right now. But I could definitely see, if he goes to the Chiefs, there's definitely a chance that you're taking him even higher than where he is right now. So people willing to take that gamble, they definitely are going to get a good payout if he lands there. But there's also a chance that he goes somewhere like the Browns, right? Or somewhere else where it's like maybe not the sexiest of picks. And so for this pick right here, I think we're going to go I think what I'm going to end up doing is go for one more wide receiver one, and I'm going to go with Drake London. Oh, thank goodness. I thought we weren't going to get that in on the clock. So Drake London gets picked. So we have Jonathan Taylor, AJ Brown, Calvin Ridley, Drake London. That is how we're starting off our team. I think for my next pick, I'm going to be trying to land my quarterback, and I'm going to try and get Trevor Lawrence. I want to stack Trevor Lawrence with Calvin Ridley. That is my goal, is to get a stack here. So that is kind of going to be what I'm looking at. If Trevor is gone, we'll just keep, pounding away at the wide receiver position. And I think outside of Travis Kelce and maybe Mark Andrews, I don't really want to reach on any tight ends. I'm willing to kind of shotgun approach the position, maybe take 2 or 3 late and just stream them pretty much every week. But that's the way we're going to play that one. Let's see when our next pick is. We got 16 picks until we get there. We're going to be picking at 58. And so that's going to put us it's going to put us pretty close in line to getting Trevor. And that's kind of our goal right here, is we want Trevor Lawrence. If he's not available, I'm more than happy to go Brandon Ayuk. Might even, if I can't get Trevor also, we'll see where that goes. I think the next quarterback would be Deshaun Watson, which if we got Amari Cooper, we could have got that stack there too. But I think we're really hoping that Trevor Lawrence falls here. That's really what we're hoping for. Should I have got Scary Terry? Don't know where he went. Where did he go again? Let's see. Oh, right here. No, I like Drake London more than Terry McLaurin, just because it sounds crazy, because neither of their quarterback situations are fantastic. But Drake London showed us a good amount last year with some questionable QB play. I think he's going to be pretty solid this year as well. And Terry McLaurin, he's a fine wide receiver. I think the ceiling for him, though, is a wide receiver 2. I don't think he's a wide receiver 1. I think Drake London maybe could get there. So I'm just shooting the upside on that type of pick. But we really don't know what Sam Howell is going to be. And we really don't know if it's going to be Sam Howell or Jacoby Brissett. So those are kind of what we're looking like for them. And I'm not really sure if Scary Terry is the best pick right there for me. I like the upside of London a little bit more. So it looks like right now, Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence are falling. Not falling, but those are kind of 2 quarterbacks that I would look at. I want Trevor Lawrence over Herbert in this specific build just because of the stack. But I would not be opposed to Justin Herbert, but he just went. Are you a Vikings fan? Yes, sir. Yes, I am. You see the Justin Jefferson and the Dalvin Cook jersey in the back. Been a Vikings fan for a long time now, man. I've seen a lot of heartbreaking games, some Blair Walsh kicks. I've seen some good games with some Minneapolis Miracles, but yeah, man, I'm a Vikings fan, so take that for what it is. And we're 1 pick away, man. We do have Trevor Lawrence still on the board, so hopefully, that doesn't get picked right here. It shouldn't, because he already has a QB. Stansbury already has a QB, so he shouldn't take Trevor Lawrence. And I'm just waiting, hoping that he doesn't take him, and then we're going to take him right here. Kenneth Walker. And that means we're going to go Trevor Lawrence, and we get our stack. So now I'm just going to go right back to that wide receiver position and keep pounding away at it, man. I really like to build these teams with, and specifically my strategy for tonight for this Best Ball Mania 4 team is I do think that if we can get a bunch of wide receivers, a top tier running back, and then, take a shotgun approach at tight end and at that RB2 slot, then I'm really not opposed to doing that. I think that's my favorite strategy for this tonight. What do you think they're going to do about the quarterback situation in Minnesota? I mean, this year it looks like they're going to be rocking with Kirk Cousins. I think Kirk's, better than people give credit for. There was all the rumors this offseason about them possibly going with Will Levis, and it looks like the time came and passed, and they didn't want him at all. So I'm not opposed to them. Just keep re-signing Kirk to 1 and 2 year deals. I'm not opposed to that, man. That seems to be what they've been doing the last couple of years. As long as we're competitive. If it gets to a point where the Vikings are not competitive, I'm definitely not against, going and getting a young guy, a new guy, and rebuilding a team around that dude. But as long as we're competitive, I definitely am not opposed to keeping Kirk Cousins. So we're one pick away. I think the best pick on the board right now for me is going to be, I really do like Kyle Pitts, but I don't want to double up on the Atlanta players. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to go with Hollywood Brown right here. So we'll draft Hollywood, and we're just going to keep plucking away. We got AJ Brown, Calvin Ridley, Drake London, and Hollywood Brown at our wide receiver position right now. No overlapping bye weeks. So I feel really good about this team right now. Jonathan Taylor is going to hold down that RB1 slot, and Trevor Lawrence is going to be our QB1, and that is going to keep our team, our stack with Calvin Ridley. That's going to keep us afloat a little bit. So, excuse me. Yeah, it says Will Levis is not the right fit. Yeah, is not the right fit. Yeah, man. I mean, I think Levis also, I think he's a little bit better than the media is getting or giving him credit for right now. I think he kind of got poo-pooed on a little bit in the draft process. I do think that people were kind of just hating on him for no reason. I think he landed in a pretty solid situation. I think Tennessee gives him an opportunity where he could maybe play some games this year. And if he does, I hope he does well. I mean, I think he has some of the physical tools that you want in a quarterback. It's just a matter of coming down to decision making. So now we're kind of getting into a tier where there's some lesser running backs coming off the board, but the strategy that we're doing is we're going to shotgun approach this running back 2 spot, and so we're going to let it get thin. It's going to get really thin, and I promise it's going to look ugly for that RB2, but we're trying to have that combination of 4 guys play in there every night, and we're trying to be so much stronger than our opponents here at the wide receiver position that it doesn't, or it's not going to matter anyways. So as we get a little bit lower, our next pick is going to be 5 away. So we're kind of looking at these guys on the board. I don't mind shooting on a guy like Darren Waller. I think he could be the wide receiver 1 or the number 1 target in New York this year. So I don't mind taking a shot on him. If he goes, I don't mind picking a guy like Rashad Bateman. But we're really hoping that Darren Waller falls to us right here. He's kind of the best player on the board right now. And there he goes. So he's going to be on the board. We're going to take Darren Waller. And now I feel strong enough at my tight end, actually, that I don't need to do 3 tight ends later. I think I'm going to just do 2. So we'll take one in a couple rounds, five rounds or so, and then we'll call that a wrap at that position. And we're gonna have to probably land one or 2 more wide receivers, and then we'll kind of look at our RB2 slot. So right now we do have our 1 QB, we have 1 running back, 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and we don't have any of our flexes yet. So it's looking pretty decent right now. Do I think that the Texans are going to be good? Not right now. I think that they're a year or two away from maybe being competitive in that division. I think right now, Jacksonville is firmly the best team in that division right now, and it's a toss up between the Colts and the Texans and the Titans. I don't really know how they're going to be. It's going to depend on the development of Anthony Richardson, but it's it's open. The division's open enough behind Jacksonville that maybe he could, or maybe the Texans could be good enough. But I don't know if they're definitely not a playoff team this year to me. Okay, so Russell Wilson comes off the board. I think what we're gonna do is I think we're gonna end up going with. I think we're gonna go with Elijah Moore. And hopefully Elijah Moore ends up playing that starting slot for the Cleveland Browns. Hopefully he ends up playing or being the second receiving target in that offense. And hopefully they do pass a little bit more. But I just don't. I know that the Ravens, they just got Monken as their offensive coordinator. Hopefully they start passing a little bit more. But it's hard for me to trust Zay or Bateman this year to see who is going to. Who's going to be the number one wide receiver? I mean, there's a chance that Odell could be the number one wide receiver there this year. So it really depends. I just don't feel super confident in getting into one of those guys. And I do want to wait just probably one more round for this running back. Do you think Tom Brady is the GOAT? I don't, because he's not athletic enough. I I do. I think the accolades speak for themselves. I think, yeah, man, he's just a winner. I think he really is. It's between him and Peyton, but they played in a different era and a different game than the games right now. As you see, some of these new quarterbacks getting drafted, a lot of them are a lot more athletic. The game's a little bit more versatile now, where you have your quarterbacks in play actions, and they can, be in RPOs and have all these different concepts where your quarterback can get a little bit mobile, get out of the pocket, make a throw off tempo. There's just a whole bunch of stuff that your quarterback can do these days that they didn't do back then. And I say back then because Brady was just playing right now too, but he was successful in both NFLs. So I don't think that he shouldn't be considered the GOAT. Now I really wouldn't mind having a guy like Alvin Kamara fall. I know there's rumors of a suspension. We've been hearing rumors of a suspension, but the talent of Alvin Kamara down this low to plug him into an RB2 is not awful. I know he didn't have a great year last year, but um, you could do worse at RB2. The only thing I don't like is that his bye week is the same as Jonathan Taylor's. So that's maybe a reason why I wouldn't actually draft him right here. Do I watch college football? Yeah, I do watch college football. I watch I mean, I say that with a little asterisk because I do watch specifically for NFL prospects. Playing Dynasty Fantasy Football, I like to watch a lot of the guys who are coming out each year. So this year I'll be watching a lot of USC, so I can watch Caleb Williams. I'll be watching some Marvin Harrison Jr., some Travion Henderson. I like to watch players in college, not necessarily teams. If I did watch a team though, it probably would be Ohio State, just because um, they're always really fun to watch, in my opinion. So as we get down here, you see Kamara went, Brian Robinson, Zach Charbonnet. I think right here we might. I think we might take our RB2 right here if Dylan or A Chain falls a little bit. Actually, I just feel like we're gonna keep sticking at this wide receiver position one more time. We're gonna stick at this wide receiver position one more time. Do I think Michigan State is a solid team, decent team, or a bad team? No, I think they're a good football team. They've been historically pretty good. And I really do like Jaden Reed, who just came out of Michigan State and got drafted by the Packers. I like him a lot. I think he's a really good receiver. And so I think with A.J. Dillon right here, we're going to end up taking him. He's going to be our RB2 right now. So we're just going to hold on to that for a second. Hopefully he gets some usage this year. And we're going to start taking the shotgun approach at the running backs. I do wish a little bit that I could have got Juju and AJ, but I just think AJ was a lot better than the rest of those running backs there. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to get Juju or Odell down the board just a little bit more, because we do have a pick coming up here right now. Oh, my bad. Mississippi State. Yeah, I mean they're not. I wouldn't say that they're a great college football team, but I think they're a decent team for sure. And we're just waiting on Juju. If Juju could fall here, this would be fantastic. He does share a bye week with Drake London, but that's okay because we already have a ton of guys who don't share bye weeks. So we're waiting on Juju right now. One more pick. Leave Juju alone. If they take Juju, though, we will go Odell Beckham. Hopefully the clock doesn't run out, because if the clock runs out, it's going to take best player available, which will be Juju. Oh, and he just took Juju anyway. So we'll go Odell, and now we're going to hit the running back position pretty aggressive. So we have 6 starting wide receivers, 2 running backs. We don't need 6 starting wide receivers, but we have our 6 wide receivers. We have 2 running backs, a quarterback, and a tight end. So now we're going to get aggressive after those running backs and keep it pushing. Ole Miss or State? I don't know. Ole Miss has better players that have been coming out over the last couple of years in their wide receivers, with Elijah, DK, AJ Brown, Jonathan Mingo. I don't know, man. I like I said, I'm more of a prospect guy than I am a team guy, but I think I like Ole Miss's prospects a little bit more as of late. So we are 14 picks away. We do have some running backs in here that I want. I definitely want to target Roshan. I would target Jamal, Elijah, Khalil. Like, these are all guys I want to target. Damian, Antonio Gibson, because I think that they're being undervalued, and if you get enough of them, they're going to have enough good weeks right now. Yeah, are you a Mississippi State fan? Let's see, 11 more picks until us. We also need to kind of start considering a quarterback 2 and maybe a tight end 2. We're kind of at a turn here, so I think what I'll do is I'll go running back, quarterback, or tight end, and then we'll come back around and we'll go running back, quarterback, or tight end, whichever one we didn't pick, and then it'll be running back, and then we'll feel pretty decent about this team. We'll be right about wrapped up, and then we'll be ready to hop into the Best Ball Mania draft. So let's see what we got here, man. We got 7 more picks until ours. Yes, my dad played QB. Nice, dude. That's awesome. Dope. So let's see, guys. Aaron Rodgers comes off the board. This is pretty good value for Aaron Rodgers, man. Being able to get him down here this low. What does his bye week situation look like? Week 7, and he got Anthony Richardson. It's not bad. You see, he took some RBs here. This isn't a bad roster either. But we are taking that shotgun approach at the running back too. Says refs suck. Am I wrong? They can, man. They can. But I do think that they do have a pretty tough job. But I think sometimes they could do better. But I don't think they're awful, man. Damian Harris, Gibson come off the board. I would like to get Dalton Schultz here and then a running back. I think Dalton Schultz could see some pretty good usage this year. And he doesn't have the same bye week. I think what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to get Dalton here. So we'll try and take a running back. I think for the sake of this one, we got to try and stay away from 11 and 6. So we'll try and go Roshan. Actually, we'll try and go Roshan. Actually, man, I'm gonna go Dalton. I like him more. And then we'll try and go Roshan, and then we'll try and get I want to try and get Tank Bigsby as we get to the next pick, but I think he might not fall to that next pick of ours because we have our next one is going to be at 154 and he's 152. It's going to be cutting it close. The chances are we probably aren't going to be able to get him, but we're going to go for it anyways. Let's see. Good thing we took Schultz because he went tight end, so I wonder if he was looking at Schultz. What app is fantasy on? You can play really anywhere. Right now, we're playing on Underdog Fantasy. You could play on ESPN, NFL.com. You could play Yahoo, Sleeper. I play on Sleeper. I think it's the easiest. It has a community tab, so if you don't have people to play with, you can find more people to play with. So I would suggest Sleeper as the app. It's Sleeper. Okay, we're gonna go Roshan and hope that he beats out what's his name? Khalil Herbert for the starting job in Chicago. Let's hope he does it. I wanted Jamal Williams, but I just can't afford the same bye week. And we're good at our tight end. We don't need to draft another tight end the rest of the day, so we can just take those completely off the board. Actually, let's just do this. Gosh dang it. I always do that. So we'll take tight ends off the board. We're not even going to look at them. What is a tip that you can give me? That is a great question, man. I think right away, if I were you, I would suggest playing in a redraft league. There's a couple different types of fantasy football you can play. You can play in Dynasty, you can play in redraft, you can play best ball, keeper, and I think the best one and the one that I started when I first played fantasy for the very first time was redraft. So I would join a redraft league, try and find one that's 10 or 12 teams, and for your first year, as you're getting used to it, I would suggest trusting ADP. And what I mean when I say ADP is it's this average draft position number. So the community kind of creates ADP by where these guys are being drafted. It's just stands for average draft position. Can't remember if I said that or not. But I would trust the ADP. It's usually pretty decent. If you follow that, you should be able to draft a decent team. And then my second tip really would be make sure you stay on top of your lineups. On Sundays or Thursdays or Mondays, whenever before a game, make sure you check, make sure the guys in your lineup don't have any injuries, or maybe they're not going to miss a game for rest and things like that. And just make sure you're staying on top of that. And then lastly, have fun, man. Just don't go into fantasy football for your very first time with any huge expectations. Go in there trying to learn how to play the game, have some fun with it, and root for your guys on Sundays. And it'll be fun, man. But don't go in there with any huge expectations for year one. I promise you it's going to take a little bit of learning. I definitely have adapted the way that I play throughout the years, so it's something that you're just going to be able to do. And so it's only 4 positions. Yeah, so you only draft people on the offense. It's going to be your quarterbacks, your running backs, your wide receivers, and your tight ends. You're drafting those typically. Sometimes you draft kickers and defenses, depending on your league. But when you draft a defense, you're drafting a team's defense, not necessarily an individual player. That would be an IDP league, and I would not suggest doing that right away. Man, that sucks. Tank Bigsby went. He's who we wanted. But I am more than happy going like a Raheem Mostert or Jalen Warren or Zeke. I see we got some extra people in here. If you have not joined our Discord is linked in the description. It is free to join. We are giving away a free signed NFL jersey mystery box in that Discord. All you have to do is click the link to join the Discord. Once you do that, you can go to the giveaway tab and click participate. So make sure you do that. And in order to win, you have to be subscribed to the channel and in the Discord. Those are the only requirements. So as we approach, man, Kyler Murray went. I thought he was such a value down here. I wanted to get Kyler Murray. That's okay. We will be more than happy looking at our second QB here, though. I'm going to go with I'm going to try and go with I really want to try and go with I think I'm just going to take Derek Carr here. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I feel very confident in Trevor. We're on the board. We're going to take Raheem Mostert, man. 10. Okay, we're good on bye weeks. We're going to take Raheem Mostert. What is the most important position to prioritize in best ball? I play Superflex, Redraft, Dynasty. I would say there's not necessarily a position of importance for the most part. I think really what you need to prioritize in best ball is making sure that you are staying aware of your bye weeks. That's the most important, is staying aware of bye weeks and making sure you have enough coverage in each position to withstand injuries and things, because you're not going to be able to trade and you're not going to be able to do any waivers. So you need to make sure that you have enough depth behind certain positions that you can withstand an injury or suspension or whatever is going to happen throughout the season. So you want to make sure that you have the depth and you want to make sure you focus on your bye weeks. But for example, on this build, I wanted to go really strong on my wide receivers. I wanted to have some really strong wide receivers here, and I wanted to have a really good number 1 running back. And then I was kind of taking a shotgun approach down here on my RB2, because what best ball is going to do for you is it's going to plug in the highest scores into your starting lineup every week. So if I'm taking that kind of shotgun approach or the multiple back approach for my RB2, it's going to take A.J. Dillon, Roshan Johnson, Raheem Mostert, and whoever else I draft. I'm going to look at Ezekiel Elliott and some others, right? As I look at those guys, I'm going to take Zeke right here, actually. As I take these guys, you're going to get to a point where it's going to say, okay, Zeke had the most of those 4 guys. They plug him into my RB2. So as long as Jonathan Taylor stays healthy, he stays reliable, this is a lineup that you can feel very comfortable with. But if Jonathan Taylor goes down, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. That's going to be a weak point of my roster if Jonathan Taylor goes down. So it's risky business to do a hero RB build. But I think if Taylor has a healthy season, if he has a good season, which I think he should, my wide receivers are going to be so strong that I'm going to be able to win some fantasy football games here. So we're good at tight end. We're good. We're somewhat good. How many more rounds do we have? We have 6 wide receivers. We have our 2 tight ends. We have 5 running backs now, right? 5 running backs. Let's see, in 1 quarterback. So we have 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have our 14 picks. We have 4 picks left. So we'll probably go 1 quarterback, 1 more running back, and then 2 wide receivers. That's probably how we'll round it out. So we'll just play best player available from here on out. Quarterbacks are getting slim, but I feel confident in Trevor. I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to try and take Garoppolo probably, or Matthew Stafford. I'm fine with either one. So we'll see if they fall down there enough. We have 8 picks until our next pick. Quarterback's probably our next choice off the board just because it's the thinnest position right now. And if not, we're going to have to punt it a little bit more, which is going to be scary. But I'm trying to look at potential stacks down here as well. I like to stack my quarterbacks. So Tajay Spears, Marvin Mims, Jerome Ford, Tyquan Thornton. We're getting to the dart throw territory, guys. That's where we are. And so this is going to be a little bit of a longer stream, guys, because as soon as this draft is concluded, we're going to go do our best Ball Mania IV draft. That draft is for the winner of that league gets $3 million. $3 million. So we're going to be trying to crack the code and win $3 million with our lineup. So hopefully you guys are excited for that, prepared to hang out and watch some more of that, because as soon as this one is finished, we're going to be entering that draft for $3 million. Did I mention that the winner gets $3 million? Let's go, Matthew Stafford. Just a couple more picks. We got to get past these 2 teams, though. This team has 3 quarterbacks. They're not even going to look. Trey Lance, okay, we're okay with that. I would have went Trey Lance if they didn't have the same bye week. Foreman, yes. Okay, it looks like we're going to get Stafford. So we're going to go Trevor Lawrence and Matt Stafford. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Don't do it. Oh my gosh, he timed out and it took Matthew Stafford. Well, that's annoying because this guy has like 4 quarterbacks. Okay, well, say less, man. Threw a wrench in my plans. I guess we'll go CJ Stroud. I'm not super confident in CJ Stroud, but at least not year 1. But I guess that's what we'll do. CJ Stroud, I think I'm going to have to shotgun approach this. Man, that sucks because Stafford is gone. I don't feel confident with Stroud as my QB2, so I think I'm going to double tap QBs right here. And for bye weeks and in case of injury, I want to be good enough. Actually, no, we're not going to tilt. We're not tilting, guys. Let's see what we're going to do here. I think I'll take Old Reliable Um, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take. You can see the wheels turning, right? We're gonna probably take Gus Edwards here. I feel like if Dobbins were to go down, Edwards has the best chance. They just didn't put anybody behind him this year, or behind. They didn't add anybody to that backfield. But I also might consider Josh Downs. I think, yeah, we're gonna go. That man just took Gus Edwards. We're getting sniped left and right, guys. We're going Robert Woods. We're gonna continue filling out this team here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 wide receivers now, 2 quarterbacks, 5 running backs, 2 tight ends. So we have 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 2 picks left. 2 picks left. We'll probably take a running back. Probably take a running back here. I might just shoot a shot on. I might just shoot my shot on. I'm going to take Jimmy Garoppolo here. Sure up that QB2 spot. Unfortunately, actually, we're probably not going to be able to get him. We are 13 picks away. So, just got on the app. What do I do? Just go into the community tab and find. You can find a league. It's going to be on the. Let me check on my app. If you go to Sleeper, you click the top left where it has 3 little lines. You scroll down to the bottom. There's going to be a thing that says channels. If you go to channels, you can find a league in those channels. So just go find one there. Keontae Ingram off the board. Curtis Samuel. I mean, it doesn't really matter what we do here with this pick, right? Like at this point, we're getting to the end of the end. So it doesn't really matter what we do with this pick. We just got to shoot for some upside. We got 2 of them back to back. Let's see. We'll sit it like this. So we got 202 and 207. We're probably going to go with I don't mind going a Jimmy Garoppolo or a Desmond Ridder to just fix this a little bit. Did Desmond Ridder just go? Yeah, he did. Whatever, bro. I need to stop talking about these people in out loud because as soon as I say their name, they get picked. Redraft league. Yeah, I would play a redraft league. If it's your first time, yes, play a redraft. Let's see. We're up in just a couple picks. We're gonna finish this off, and then we're gonna go draft a $3 million roster, baby. I think we're going to go Leonard Fournette here if he falls. I just think his upside is a little bit higher. I know he's not on a team yet, but we're going to take the gamble. I just don't see a situation where Zeke and Leonard Fournette get on a roster or don't land on a roster going into week 1 of the season. This guy Stanbury's not even drafting, man. Okay, so we're going to go Jimmy. We're going to secure that, and then we're going to take our running back, and then we should be fine. We have more than enough. We actually are probably good at the. I'm going to take one more running back. So that's what we'll do. We'll just go to running backs. We'll take one right here, and we'll go. Getting closer, guys. I appreciate those of you that have been in here watching. Again, this is not the Best Ball Mania draft that we are going to do. That is going to be our next draft that we do here in just a few seconds. Once we make this last pick, we will go over and we will start our Best Ball Mania 4 draft. We just did one practice before we started that one. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to just, we'll cue Fournette. We'll cue McBride and Abanikanda. Actually, it looks like we're going to get him anyways. So we will just draft Fournette, and that is what we're going to do. So just to show you guys our team here, we finished with all of our picks. Just making sure. Yeah, we finished with all of our picks. We got Trevor Lawrence, C.J. Stroud, Jimmy G, Jonathan Taylor, A.J. Dillon, Roshan Johnson, Raheem Mostert, Ezekiel Elliott, Leonard Fournette. We went with the hero RB approach here. A.J. Brown, Calvin Ridley, Drake London, Hollywood Brown, Elijah Moore, Odell Beckham, Robert Woods, Darren Waller, and Dalton Schultz. And should you do a best ball, if you want to, you don't have to set lineups in best ball, so it might be good to just kind of do a couple drafts in best ball. But that is it for this draft. We are going to go over and we are going to do our Best Ball Mania 4. Winner of this first place gets $3 million, excuse me. And we're just going to get into there right now. So I do want to do a similar approach, I think, with that team. I'm going to try and land one of these top quarterbacks. I'm going to try and land. Actually, you know what? I'm going to try and do what I try to do at the beginning, depending on the draft pick. I really want to get a Best Ball Mania 4 team that has the Mahomes and Kelsey stack. So I'm going to be attempting to try and do that. So let's hope that we get in a spot where we can do that for sure. And then we can figure it out. So we're just waiting on 2 more people to join this draft. This is the Best Ball Mania 4 draft on Underdog Fantasy. It is $25 per team on here. Winner gets $3 million. Okay, so it's going to give us our draft position in just a second. Let's see where we land. Pick 4. Okay, that changes things a little bit. Actually, $4 and $21. Where's Mahomes going? 19. Do we risk it, guys? Do we risk it? We're going to see. I guess let's see what they do with these first couple picks. Draft's going to start here in about 15 seconds. We might do it. We might do it. All right, here we go. If somehow, there's no way it's going to happen. If somehow Justin Jefferson fell, I would have picked him, but there's no way you can get him. So Jefferson Chase, that's pretty standard. We just saw that happen in the last league. Does Christian McCaffrey go here, or is it Tyreek? Or Cooper Kupp? It's Cooper Kupp. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to gamble it, guys. We're going to go Travis Kelce, and we're going to hope to get Patrick Mahomes on the way back. We're going to go for this Kelce Mahomes stack. If not, we'll just land a wide receiver or a running back there. But Travis Kelce, man, he is a difference maker. I mean, he scores just as much as these guys up here, right? Like, he is a difference maker when it comes to fantasy football. And he gives you a positional advantage because nobody at the tight end position scores like Travis Kelce. So I wanted to get Kelce and Mahomes stack in this Best Ball Mania team. So let's see what we can do here, guys. It's gonna be a longer turn on these, so we do have to wait a little bit, especially at the beginning. But Christian McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill, I do like to kind of stay somewhat fluid through these first couple rounds, but I keep a little sheet with me just to keep myself on pace. I like to have a little bit of a game plan. So we know we need 2 quarterbacks, 4 running backs. It's kind of the structure that I like to put out there when I do it. 6 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, and then 4 flex. And I like to pick those flex depending on team need for the most part, depending on how our build ends up going. But right now we have our 1 tight end, and with it being Travis Kelce, we are going to punt that last tight end so far down the road because we don't need another one. We're just going to punt it down the road super far. We might be able to go. Let's see. I mean, I would be with a guy like Travis Kelce. I mean, if he gets hurt, your team's just screwed anyway. So I'm okay, kind of just getting a 1 week buy or bye week guy like Tyler Higbee or something. Like I'm okay going down deep for this second tight end. So that gives us some advantage here because we do get to pick another running back or another wide receiver earlier. We don't have to waste a second pick on a tight end. So we're slowly coming back around. We're about 6 picks away. You see early on it was Tyreek, Diggs, Bijan, CD, Austin Eckler, Devontae Adams, A.J. Brown, Garrett Wilson, Nick Chubb, Patrick Mahomes. Man, we didn't get our guy. It's okay. We're gonna go with a wide receiver or something. I'm gonna get that stack, man. I'm gonna get that stack eventually. I think we'll try and we'll see. We're 1 pick away. Saquon. So we're gonna go. I think I'm gonna go Jalen Waddle here. After this pick, we're gonna try and look at possibly being able to take our running back. A Josh Jacobs would be awesome if we could get a Josh Jacobs right here potentially. A lot of these teams don't have a running back though, so it's gonna get a little dicey. But a Henry, a Jacobs, a Stevenson, I guess I'm fine with any of them. But I'm also not against potentially taking a Josh Allen or a Jalen Hurts if they fall right here. Maybe an Amari Cooper, DK Metcalf. A couple guys I'm looking at. There goes Henry. We're a couple picks. There goes Jacobs. Maybe Jalen can come around. There went Stevenson. I think how far is we might try. I mean, here we're gonna try and do a Brown stack. We're gonna try and go Cooper and Watson later. That's what we're gonna try and do in this one. Amari Cooper, man, he was almost a top 10, or he was a top 10 wide receiver last year. So if Deshaun takes a step forward, I think the ceiling could be very high for Amari Cooper. And let's see what our next picks are. We have 45 and 52. So 45 and 52, we'll be looking at like 45, 52. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we can get a Najee or an ETN to fall. Maybe. That would be ideal if we could do that, because then we could have at least one solid running back. If not, then I'm fine waiting to take my first running back until J.K. Dobbins. I'm fine to do that, or a Miles Sanders, or Joe Mixon. Any of them. All right, so we're up in 9 picks. We are going to, I think for this one, we're going to try and. I just really like Drake London down here, guys. I do really like. I do like Jerry Jeudy. I don't mind Jerry Jeudy at all. Don't mind DJ Moore, Terry McLaurin. There's a couple guys down here I don't mind. It's not a bad wide receiver tier. It's just you kind of got to pick which one of these guys you think is going to be able to see the most opportunities this year. Pittman's good in there too. Godwin, they're all. I mean, these are all solid players, man. Ayuk's a solid player down here. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Saw my boy Devin in here earlier. If Devin's still in here, I know he's proud of the Jalen Waddle pick. I think that's his favorite player in the NFL. So he'll be proud of the Jalen Waddle pick. As we creep a little bit closer and closer to our pick, we did have ETN, Gibbs, Hall. These running backs coming off a little bit. So I'm not expecting Najee to land to us. If he does, that would be best case scenario if Najee can land down here. But if he doesn't, I am more than fine, taking one of these wide receivers down here. This is a really good wide receiver tier. I don't mind this wide receiver tier at all. In fact, I'll probably double tap this wide receiver tier just to land another one. Maybe not, though. We do have a. The running back tier gets a little bit iffy after, at least for having your number one running back on your team. Yeah, there goes Najee. So best case scenario out the window, but we're gonna go with our wide receiver, and then we'll try and get the running back. All right, we're about to make this pick here, guys. I'm looking at Drake London or DJ Moore or Keenan Allen. I don't mind Keenan Allen, but he has the same bye week as Amari Cooper. So we're probably looking Drake London or DJ Moore. And I think for this build, I'm gonna shoot DJ Moore on this one. We went Drake London in our last one, but I'm gonna go DJ Moore here. So we have Jalen Waddle, Amari Cooper, DJ Moore, and Travis Kelce so far to build our roster. We're gonna try and stack Cooper with Deshaun Watson, and I guess if he gets picked early, then we'll definitely try and stack Jalen Waddle with Tua. So that's kind of the game plan there. I just don't expect us to be able to stack anybody else. So that's what we're going to try and do with our team. We might even, depending on how it goes, we might try and get both. But I do see we got a couple extra people in here, guys. I want to remind you, we are doing a giveaway for a free signed NFL jersey mystery box in our Discord. It is free to join our Discord. The only requirements to enter the giveaway are that you are subscribed to this YouTube channel and that you are a member of the Discord. So if you're not a member of that Discord yet and you're not subscribed, go to the link in the description, in the banner. Really, it's posted everywhere. Go find that link, join the Discord, subscribe to the channel, and enter that giveaway. All you have to do is once you get into that Discord, I will assign you a role to get into our giveaway tab. And once you are there, you can go ahead and draft, or sorry, I'm drafting. You can go ahead and enter the giveaway. So we did just take J.K. Dobbins. He's going to be our running back one. So we have Travis Kelce, DJ Moore, Amari Cooper, Jalen Waddle, and J.K. Dobbins. So we got a long wait for our next one, guys. Another long wait. I do hate being at these turns a little bit, but we got 16 picks until the next one, which is going to put us at pick roughly the ADP of 69. So we're going to be looking at this little tier right here. Pitts, Lawrence, Dalvin Cook, Swift, Pacheco, so on. So that and 83. This is our target at QB, guys. Deshaun Watson is our target at QB. So we're going to want to draft him here at 76. That's where we're going to want to try and grab him. And that's the game plan. So we're going to try and go probably wide receiver or running back right here. And then we'll go Deshaun Watson at that following pick in the 7th round. So right now we're just kind of waiting for value to drop. We're looking good on our bye weeks for our wide receivers. We're looking good, obviously, in the other two because we don't have any other players. But we need to go get that QB, man. We need to get our QB1. Let's get back to where we're at. There we are. Let me know, what do you think of the team so far? Do you think this team is a $3 million roster? You never know. I mean, I've seen guys go in with some really, really bad teams on paper at the beginning of the year, and then at the end of the year, you're like, holy crap, how did that happen? And they won the best Ball Mania. So it's like winning the lottery, guys. We got to take as many shots as this as possible. I do like, obviously you want to draft players you like, but hopefully we're the next winner of Best Ball Mania 4. Let's see, Kyle Pitts off the board. It's good value on Kyle Pitts, man. I think I want to do a team here later where I punt my tight end until Kyle Pitts. I know it's not punting super far, but the upside is there for Kyle Pitts, so I definitely don't mind drafting him down there. Now, it gets a little scary, guys, because T-Law just went off the board. Guys, I'm scared we're not going to get Watson, guys, because T-Law just went off the board. Now we have two teams without a quarterback. So if they were looking quarterback, Deshaun Watson has the highest with ADP right there. It's going to get scary. If we can get past those two guys, we'll possibly get Watson. We may have to take him a little early because I can't come back around this turn with 0 QB. Yeah, there's no way we can come back around that turn. So let's hope that we can get Watson here, guys. We're going to put him in the queue. Hopefully it doesn't screw us over. Let's see, 76, and then the next one would be 93. So if Watson goes, our next one would be 93, which would probably be where we go to it to stack with Jalen. Oh, hold on. So that's the plan, guys. And then if all else fails, we're going to look at some wide receivers down here. Who do we like? I like Hollywood. I like Deontay. I don't mind a Tyler Lockett. Oops. So we're on the board. Okay, so we're gonna get our guy. We're just gonna go get our guy. We wanted to build this team around that stack. Deshaun Watson and Amari Cooper. That's the stack we are going with in this one. And we're gonna try and see what we can do for our next pick. Let's hope Deontay Johnson comes around. That would be awesome. There goes Treylon. If he does, okay, there goes Pickens. Goddard. We got one more. This guy has 4 wide receivers. Go get your QB, man. Or a tight end. Dang, he took Deontay. It's okay. We're gonna go with Isaiah Pacheco here. Get our RB2. So Dobbins and Pacheco, that's what we're rocking with. I wanted Dalvin Cook. I think Dalvin Cook was the best player there, but him and Dobbins having bye week 13, it's a little scary. I know there's a chance that Dalvin Cook gets a new roster or gets on a new team, and if he does get on a new team, then that bye week doesn't stay the same. But I got to play it how it lies right now. So I'm going to take Pacheco. Now, as we come around, we have 93 and 100. Those are our next picks, 93 and 100. So we're going to try and go at 93. I mean, I'm fine taking 2 and trying to do the double stack. And then at 100, I don't mind a Juju. Yeah, there's some options down here, man. I don't think James Conner will fall. James Conner's a good pick down here, too. I think he's going to get a lot of work. It's going to come down to health, but I think he's going to get a lot of work right away, especially if Kyler misses some time. 10 picks away. I'm shocked to see Cole Kmet go over Darren Waller right there. Let's see what else we got here, guys. QJ comes off the board. Akers, Gabe Davis. 8 more picks for us right now. We got Watson, J.K. Dobbins, Isaiah Pacheco, Jalen Waddle, Amari Cooper, DJ Moore, Travis Kelce. So, bye weeks are looking good. We just need to keep building some reliable pieces around, and then we need to shoot for some more upside, some high upside pieces too. I think the plan definitely though is I would like to get Tua and then have just the best player every week between Watson and Tua, and then you get the stacks too for the Waddle and Cooper. That would be awesome. And then later potentially you could even add like just a low end additional piece, maybe a tight end. You can get like he's actually right here in Njoku. But I probably won't add Njoku with Kelce there. He's too high of an ADP. But you could even add like a Mostert or something. Maybe you get a passing touchdown to Mostert or something like that. You can get some additional smaller stacks. A-Chain, something like that. Oh, man, look, James Conner just went. And here's Jay Felgs. Let's see. He doesn't have a QB. These other guys have one. I think we're gonna risk it. I'm gonna go. Javante's practicing. He has some high upside. It's just gonna be ugly this year, maybe. But screw it. We're just gonna go get our guy Tua. Get the double stack. That was close. That was close. We almost got picked for. Nathan says, "LOL, last bit. Hey, thank you for joining, man. We did a practice draft. I think it turned out pretty well, but then we have our draft right now. This is for $3 million. So far, we have Deshaun Watson, Tua Tagovailoa, J.K. Dobbins, Isaiah Pacheco, Jalen Waddle, Amari Cooper, DJ Moore, and Travis Kelce. We wanted to try and go with the Travis Kelce Mahomes stack. We got sniped on Mahomes. So we then detoured and decided to get the best ball stacks of Watson and Cooper and Tua and Jalen Waddle. So we're going to keep, pecking at it. I think what we're going to try and do right here is potentially just add a Juju Smith-Schuster. If I could get Juju right here, I would be more than thrilled. If he comes off the board, though, I don't mind going and adding maybe like a Brian Robinson or even like an Alvin Kamara. But Juju Smith-Schuster would be my ideal choice right here. Dang, and he goes. So now we're gonna go. Gonna go Alvin Kamara, man. So we have Dobbins, Pacheco, Kamara, and I don't feel like we need to hit this running back room much longer. Maybe 2 more picks at that running back room, and then I feel comfortable with it. Let's see what we got right now, though. We have 2 QBs. We're done with that position, so we can just uncheck that one. We have our 3 running backs. We have 3 wide receivers. We need to add another wide receiver here. We have a good core. We might just have to take a couple high upside guys that could get long touchdowns and things like that, like Odell Beckham's and so forth. We'll wait on our next running back until we get down to like this Bigsby tier with we'll try and get 1 or 2 more down there. A Jerome Ford, I don't mind. And that gives us another additional potential stack with Watson. And an A-Chain pick could be potential here too. He could be a pass catching back behind or for Tua Tagovailoa this year. If you are just joining the if you are just joining the live stream, go join our Discord. Our Discord is free to join. We are giving away a free signed NFL jersey mystery box in there. It is free to participate in that giveaway. All you have to do in order to win is be subscribed to our YouTube channel and be in the Discord. Once you've done those 2 things, which are both free to do, you'll be entered or you can go into our giveaway tab, click participate, and you can be entered to win that jersey. We are giving away that jersey in at the end of July. So go ahead and join that. That's when we'll be giving it out. And we thank you for being here in the meantime. And thank you just for supporting the channel. Nathan says, is Harris starting over James Cook? I don't think so. I really don't. I think James Cook is going to be the primary back. And I say primary because I don't think that they're going to have a primary back in that backfield for the most part. I think Cook can have a breakout season a little bit. He's definitely going to get more passing down work than Damian Harris is. And he was super efficient last year. If he gets a little bit more work between the tackles, he could end up being pretty decent for fantasy. But it's hard for me not to think that Damian Harris could be on the goal line most of the time. I can't imagine a lot of James Cook goal line work. So if he's not getting goal line and he's not scoring touchdowns, it's hard to really, really trust him for fantasy football, especially in a league like this where it's like only a half point reception and touchdowns matter a little bit more. So it's tough to trust him in a league like that. Now, if you're in a full PPR, then I don't mind him. As we come around, look, man, I really don't. I think we need to add another wide receiver. There's just so many good running backs in this group. I think what we'll do is we'll add another wide receiver, though. We'll try and add Odell. It's hard for me to buy into this Odell Beckham, but I keep finding myself drafting him over and over again. I just feel like the value's so low, and I think that there's a chance that he's fantasy relevant this year. There really is. It's hard for me to not draft him at this point. I feel like he's kind of in a spot where he's clearly the best player in the tier. And because there's so many good running backs, I'd rather just grab that guy and then wait on the running back for later. So we're going to be looking at B-Rob, A-Chain, and I'll definitely look at Elijah Mitchell as well, because if there was a CMC injury, Mitchell could be fantastic. But B-Rob would be awesome here because I think he's going to get starting reps. And then as we get later, I think we're going to take some high upside guys that maybe don't get a lot of targets, but could get some long touchdowns. Yeah, half PPR makes it a little bit different, right? It just makes it to where those touchdowns mean just a little bit more. The yardage means just a little bit more. It's easy to rely on receptions because targets is the easiest thing for us to predict. We can predict targets. It's hard to predict yardage and whatchamacallit. Let's see. A-Chain's still on there. We'll go A-Chain. We'll try and get the guy who potentially could win the backfield and to a stack. So we'll get A-Chain. I think we're pretty much done with running backs. I'll get one more later, but we're pretty much done, man. I don't really want to keep adding to this running back room. I feel good about it. Sleepers hyping Gibson in the passing game. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a chance that he can be. You get Eric Bieniemy from the Kansas City Chiefs that comes over. Now he's the offensive coordinator for the Washington Commanders, and there's a chance that they could use a pass catching back. I mean, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibilities that they use Antonio Gibson the way that they used Jerick McKinnon last year. And I know Jerick McKinnon wasn't sexy, but he was pretty solid for fantasy football. So if you can get Antonio Gibson, who is probably a little bit more talented physically and just more talented overall than McKinnon in the same role, it could be decent for fantasy football. I think he's definitely a sleeper. He might be somebody in a dynasty league that you can kind of target and get on the cheap. I think for our next one, we're going to try and go. I'm going to try and buy into this. We're 9 picks away. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it, but I was going to try and buy into the Kansas City offense with Rasheed. Maybe get a Michael Gallup. Alec Pierce, maybe. He had a couple good games. It's tough. We're definitely shooting shots now at KJ Osborne isn't bad. I know they just got Addison, but it's going to depend. Van Jefferson isn't bad. Jaden Reed. What is this little thing on Jaden? I don't know. Okay, Kyler Murray down here is such a value, man. It is such a value, and it's risky because if he doesn't play this year, you obviously just burn the pick. But if he plays, and if he only misses like half the season, and you get Kyler Murray for the second half of the season, it might be. I mean, it's a value, man. It's going to be interesting how as we get closer and closer to September, when we get real, redraft drafts that are going to go on, where is Kyler Murray going to be drafted? Because I feel like it'll be somewhat similar to that Deshaun Watson last year, right? Like Deshaun Watson was going later, but we knew he was coming back to play. We just didn't know how good he was going to be. It's just going to depend. I think Kyler Murray's a value this year, though, and definitely a value in your dynasty leagues. Looks like Gallup went. Maybe Jacoby. They got to use him, right? Like Jimmy G's going to pass to him at least. He's going to be used somewhat. We'll take Jacoby. 13 is his bye week. We have a guy with 13 already. We have 2 guys with 13. Maybe we won't take him. We'll go Pierce. He had some decent games last year, and maybe he plays a little bit more downfield, and maybe with Anthony Richardson having a pretty good arm, they'll hit a couple more deep balls. I got Kyler and Watson in a dynasty best ball. Yeah, that's pretty good, man. Let's see what else we got. Jacoby just went. I don't mind taking maybe a DJ Shark. I mean, he could potentially be in the mix for the most targets there this year. That wide receiver room's a question mark right now, right? It's Shark, Thielen, and Mingo. Mingo probably has the most upside, but DJ Shark could be the most talented player there. It just, I don't know, man. When you get these ambiguous wide receiver rooms or the ambiguous backfields, I tend to like to just get the valued or the guy who's valued less. So I think for what it's worth, I might have just talked myself into DJ Shark. Plus, he has a bye week that doesn't matter. So we'll add him. Maybe get a touchdown or 2 from Bryce Young to him every once in a while. It's just a matter for DJ Shark. It's a matter of staying healthy. He hasn't been able to stay healthy lately. But I do think with our core of Waddle, Cooper, DJ Moore, we should be able to be pretty decent at the position. And we'll just hope that as we get down, it's maybe a little low. Yeah, 165 compared to 158. As we get a little low, maybe we can fall into a Van Jefferson. Let's see, 165. Maybe a Van Jefferson. Maybe a Rashid Shaheed. Maybe a Hunter Renfrow. Curtis Samuel. There's a couple we could potentially get. Let's see. I'm just going to look at these wide receivers right now. Let's see what we got. Don't mind Osborne. I don't think we're going to get him, though. As we get even lower, I don't mind a guy like Robert Woods. He could find himself some targets this year. Darius Slayton is a big play, always waiting to happen. Paris Campbell is interesting. That's interesting enough. But it's really getting down to the nitty-gritty, man. It's getting down there. We'll see how it goes. Kyle Phillips could potentially be decent. It's not a PPR. I think he's better in a PPR league, but there's some guys down here. How many more picks do we got? We got 2. Let's see. We got, right here, we got 2, 6, 12, 13. So we got 5 more picks. Yeah, 5 more picks. One of them has to be a tight end, but the rest, 1 tight end, 1 running back, and probably 2 more wide receivers. Maybe 3 more wide receivers. It just is. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But we're good on our QBs, pretty much good on the running backs. I think just taking this a little shotgun approach here at these wide receivers for the flexes isn't a bad idea. Let's see, man. Let's see. Oh, we're on the clock. My bad. I think I'll go. I'm gonna go upside here with Shaheed. Thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the content. If you haven't already, go ahead and drop a like on the video. And just subscribe to the channel, man. We post fantasy football content on here all the time. I would say majority of the time it's always dynasty content. Every once in a while we'll do some best ball. We might do a little redraft conversation here and there, but we specifically like to talk about dynasty fantasy football. So go ahead and join our Discord to talk more about that. And also just subscribe to the channel, man. We're going to go Hunter Renfrow. I just don't love the bye weeks that we have. We have 13, 13, 13, but an 11, 11. It's just not fantastic. 11 and 13 might be. Week 13 will be tough for our wide receivers. But it is what it is, man. 10, 14, 15. We got 3 more picks. 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, 1 tight end. 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, 1 tight end. 189. 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, and 1 tight end. I think we'll try and grab a Robert Woods there. Tight end or running back. We'll just have to see how the board plays out. I don't mind going to get a yeah, we'll just see how the board plays out. I might getting a James Robinson. I think they'll use him a little bit. Bill Belichick is always using a bunch of running backs. We are nearing the end of this draft here, guys. What we have so far, we were picking from the 4 position. What we have is Deshaun Watson, Tua Tagovailoa, J.K. Dobbins, Isaiah Pacheco, Alvin Kamara, Devon Achane, Jalen Waddle, Amari Cooper, DJ Moore, Odell Beckham, Alec Pierce, DJ Shark, Rashid Shaheed, Hunter Renfrow, and Travis Kelce. So we'll see how this pans out. Funny enough, I do think that the practice draft or the mock draft in the smaller league that we did before this one, I do think that's a better team. But it just means we have to enter Best Ball Mania 4 again. You live and you learn. You can enter as much as you want. Again, champion of this gets $1 or $3 million. Second place gets $1 million. It's high money leagues, man. But $25 to join. You can put as many teams as you want. So we'll have to do it again. If you guys want to see us do that on stream, just go ahead and put that in the comments below. Again, we are approaching the end of this draft. We have 3 picks remaining. Our next pick is up here in just a few moments. I'm going to try and go Curtis Samuel with this pick. And if he goes, I will probably... I don't know what we'll do if he goes. If he goes, dang, of course he just went. If he goes, we will go. I think I'll go Darius Slayton. Week 13 is going to be rough, man. It's going to be rough. That must be the Bipocalypse this year's week 13. Just a few more picks here. Oh man, I should have went Paris Campbell over Slayton. Whatever. We're gonna go with Michael Mayer. He's gonna be the backup to Travis Kelce. If Kelce goes down, I mean our season is screwed anyway. So we're gonna just take Michael Mayer. He has some upside down here, and our last pick will be running back. So we will look at that position there. Probably gonna look at a Dwayne McBride and a Banacanda, a J. Rob, Zach Evans. All of these guys have potential. Keontae, Zamir, all just high end handcuffs that could potentially get a big role if there's an injury. Eric Gray. That's probably who we're looking at. So let's reorder this just a little bit to match where the ADP is at. But we are 14 picks away. That'll be our last pick. We will recap the team and we'll get out of here because this has been a long stream. I appreciate you guys hopping on here for almost 2 hours at this point. So I do appreciate you all. We were able to get in a practice draft and do a Best Ball Mania 4 draft. So thank you for being a part of that. Thank you everybody who came in and chatted and talked with us. I really do appreciate that. We are 11 picks away from our final pick. People might have checked out, so it might just click its way down the clock. We are probably going to be going, just looking at our team and where bye weeks are at. We probably can't afford any week 10s, so Zach Evans is out of that question. We're probably not going to be able to afford. We probably shouldn't afford an 11 or a 13. So I think for us, we're going to cut it down to where's a Banacanda? We got to go back and get a Banacanda. So we're going to cut it down to a Banacanda and Ingram for our last pick here, just because the bye weeks are going to match out. Ingram, I think he's the handcuff behind James Conner. So if James Conner does get an injury, I think Ingram could be a slightly above average handcuff. You might get some games out of him. A Banacanda, if Breece Hall starts out slow, comes off the ACL a little bit slower than we think, Banacanda could get some work early on. They haven't been shy about using multiple backs in their system. And so I do think Abanikanda could be better than Michael Carter. And again, if Breece Hall is coming out a little bit slow, he could have some decent upside there. So that is what we're waiting on. While we're waiting on that one, let's recap the team for you guys. We got Deshaun Watson, Tua Tagovailoa, J.K. Dobbins, Isaiah Pacheco, Alvin Kamara, Devon Achane, Jalen Waddle, Amari Cooper, DJ Moore, Odell Beckham, Alec Pierce, DJ Shark, Rashid Shaheed, Hunter Renfrow, and Darius Slayton. We also have Travis Kelce and Michael Mayer. We were drafting from the 4 slot. We ended up going heavy tight end and got some Browns and Dolphin stacks. So that is what we did. As we are waiting on this 4 picks away to finish this draft off, I want to say thank you guys again for joining. It really does mean a lot to me for you to check out the content. If you haven't already, leave a like on the video, subscribe, and join our Discord. We're doing the giveaway. I've told you guys about it a couple times in this video, but go join that Discord. I won't go too deep into it anymore. as we are slowly getting out of here. People's clocks are just slowly ticking away. But that is all I have for you guys today. We'll make this last pick and I'll sign off. So done with Desmond Ridder, Quez Watkins, and then us, Keontae Ingram. Let's see. Give me Keontae. There we go. All right, Keontae Ingram. That rounds out our roster, guys. Thank you for joining me. I will see you guys on the next video. Peace out. Have a good rest of the week. And there's going to be no Let's Talk Dynasty next week. I'm out of town, so we will have no Let's Talk Dynasty next week. But I will see you guys 2 weeks from now for Let's Talk Dynasty, and we'll have War back on the show. So I already signed off, but see you guys later. Peace out.